What's happening, YouTube? Cowboy here, and welcome back to another Evolve video. This time around, we are taking a look at the Rescue game mode. Now, out of all the new game modes, Rescue is probably my favorite. It's a lot of fun to play and can go either way depending on how well the monster or the hunters play. Now, the way Rescue works is there's going to be 3 series of survivors that will spawn. First, a set of 2, then a set of 2, and then lastly, a set of 5. And whichever team, either on the monster end, you got to kill 5, and on the hunter end, you have to rescue 5. So whichever completes their objective first is the victor. Of course, the condition of the monster killing off the hunters or vice versa still applies as a win condition, but it is a very interesting game type in that, you know, as the monster, you can't just run around and level up because they'll just escort all these survivors back to base, and at the same time, as the hunters, if, you know, you're not paying attention to where your survivors are, the monster can easily just pick them off and get a very fast win. So all in all, a lot of fun to play this game mode. Couple of quick strategies just to help you out though. Obviously, right at the start, first thing we're going to do is start leveling up. And unlike the Nest game mode, where I had to focus on very quickly getting to level 2 and letting some survivors get away, we're actually going to be going for survivors as soon as they spawn in this instead. Now, you could still do it the other way. Honestly, I think it's probably more effective to actually go after the survivors at level 1, even if you just get one survivor. And the reason for that being that when the survivors initially spawn, and we got all turned around here, when they initially spawn and you find them, they're all down. They're basically in a helpless condition, and the hunters have to get over there and revive them. So by the hunters reviving them, they of course then need to escort them to an extraction point, and this gives you an interesting opportunity. Either A, you can get up there before the hunters do and pick off these survivors while they're still just laying dead in the ground, or B, you can in fact wait until the hunters start escorting them and then get your picks. So I'm going to keep heading over that way. I don't see the hunters yet, which is good, and if I can reach the survivors before them, it's going to be bad. And no, it looks like they did indeed reach the survivors. That is very unfortunate. Oh, one of them they did not, though. One of the survivors is over here. So you can see the survivor with the purple icon. And considering the hunters are already over there, and I'm in fact still only level 1. Indeed, I am just going to let them get away free with this one. I'm going to get my level 2 right here, and then I'll focus on popping off the next 2 survivors as soon as they spawn. So at this point, they need to escort them over to the extraction point. And this is important to note because we're actually kind of evolving relatively close to the extraction point. So as soon as we get our level here, we are going to eat and get that armor, and then try to pick one, and then very quickly get out of here. So this is the drop ship, and we know the hunters are going to be coming this way. And we're going to get ready for that and basically try to get an easy pick on one of these survivors. And it looks like there's quite a few monsters that they're going to need to fight past, just wildlife, to get over here. So we're going to queue up an abduction. Yep, there we go. Very quickly slaughter one of these survivors. And make sure you take it all the way down. The other one is over here. The hunters weren't up with the survivors. That's very unfortunate for them, because that's 2 kills and I am out of there. And at this point, this is when things can really start to shine as the monster, because at the end of the day, the monster has tons and tons of mobility over that of the hunters. So because of that, I can dart straight across the map now. 2 more survivors have spawned, and I can get over there and pop them off long before the hunters are able to catch up and stop me from doing so. Hey, look at you, you're all helpless.
The thing is right here! Get me out!
Oh, I'm not going to eat you, I'm just going to kill you. So that is another one.
I'm not a casualty!
Looking out for the hunters, and the hunters are slowly getting over here, but they're still too far. And at this point, we are in a really good position. The last camp has spawned. It is all the way back over where the hunters were at, but we already have 4 kills. And at this point, we're going to have the 5 spawn, and all we need to do is pick off one of these survivors. So we know the hunters are already over there. I'm actually going to think, oh no, I'm too far from a level 3. In the very least, I'll get full ammo, or full armor. We're going to go, and like I said, at this point, it's just picking off one. So, depending on what you're up against, this could be kind of tricky. Personally, I think Wraith is a absolutely fantastic monster to use in this game mode because of the fact that you can use abduction very much to your advantage. Just like that. And this survivor is going down. And basically, if he hits 0, the game's over and we win. So we're just going to attack him. And that's it. 5 survivors down, monster wins, GG. So all in all, Wraith is an extremely powerful monster for the rescue mode just because of the dynamics of abduction, being able to grab a survivor, separate him from the hunters, and quickly kill him is extremely efficient, especially as you saw when I poached the first 2 survivors straight out from under the hunters. So all in all, it's definitely a really fun game mode, and I think it'll be interesting to see what kind of tactics hunters come up with, you know, whether they do a split escort and have 2 behind or 2 in the front, or whether they try and spread the map so that, you know, because of the fact that we have so much mobility as monsters, to make sure we don't just get easy picks on top of the survivors. But I honestly wouldn't be surprised if there's a little bit of balance that goes into this game mode, because overall I feel that, well, it is an interesting split in that it's a 5-5, whoever wins, wins. It's very, very easy to utterly annihilate the hunters in this game mode, as you just saw. So either way, guys, we have one more game mode coming up with, I believe it's called Defense. And then following that, we're going to be bringing you guys a 5-game series where we take a look at Extraction. So either way, thanks for tuning in, and we will catch you guys next time when we continue on with Evolve.